welcome back to the channel, and we're back again with Coastline Flight Simulator. I thought we'd just jump in and do a very quick mission because it's been a while since I've jumped on. Last time we did this it was a live stream, so I thought we would just try a very quick mission because it's a good game for doing that. I'm still in the Sparrow, as you can see, working on the upgrades to get the bigger aircraft. So let's have a look at what missions we can actually do today. Let's look at the map. We're in Maripo. I think I would like to go to Talama, the top island there on the top right, but we'll need to go and see what there is available. So let's just hop round this side and take a look. Here's our guy with the missions. Is this Marco or Mario? I'm trying to remember. It's Franco.
Oh, nice.
I was nearly there, wasn't I? It was one of the O's. So what have we got? We got fish down to Desertino. We don't really want to go down there if we can help it. So let's have a look what other missions we've got. Oh, actually we got medicine to go to Talama. That's worth 300 credits. So that's where I said I wanted to go. So I think we'll pick this one up. It's only a short hop. It's not a big value contract.
Have a good flight.
So Franco will have got us loaded up now, ready to go. So let's go round and let's jump in. And let's see how long this takes us. I think I'm going to guess at around 15 minutes for this one. We'll get the engine started. The runway is running left to right. So we're at the right end. We should be able to do a rolling start for this one. Let's put the throttle in all the way up. Go to the cockpit view. And away we go. So we need to go up to this right hand side. Now, this map in the cockpit, I've said this before on one of the live streams, it's pretty useless. The one on the left's alright, but the one on the right, for the longer distances, it's a pity that's not a GPS, because I'll need to keep checking the map in the pause menu like this to just make sure we are on the right track for Talama, because that's just a static picture, the one on the right hand side, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, we'll do most of it in the cockpit view, I think, because you can hear the engine sounds better. The engines, as you can see, the engine is very quiet from the outside for some reason. And I've got the engine sounds up at top volume. There's where we just left. So we should be able to hop across. We'll fly over Tanarina. And then we'll make our way on the short hop from Tanarina over to Talama. We'll get this medicine delivered. So I am still in the Sparrow, which is the entry level aircraft that you get, but there are a number of upgrades that you need to add to the Sparrow before you can move on and buy the second aircraft of the 3 that are available in the game. So there are 3 upgrades for the engine. There are 3 upgrades for the cargo hold, and there are 3 upgrades for the fuel tank. And I think I've got around 2 upgrades left to do, so each upgrade varies in price. I think the minimum for the first level of each upgrade that you do is around $2,000 you need. So as you can imagine, this mission that we're on now is $300, so it does take quite a while to actually get enough money and do enough jobs to be able to upgrade the aircraft. So it's not a game you'll finish quickly, this one. You're in it for a long haul. It's a bit of a grind, but it's quite a pleasant grind. There's worse grinds in this. But then once you've got the Sparrow fully upgraded, you've then also to afford the next aircraft. Now I don't know yet, because this is the first aircraft, I don't know yet if I can sell the Sparrow to be able then to afford the new aircraft. because I seem to remember, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I seem to remember the second aircraft is quite expensive. So it might be we have to fully upgrade the Sparrow and then carry on using it for a while to build up the money for the second aircraft. But we'll come to that in a future video, and we'll see how that works. Now this is Tanarina. This is the first island we're going to pass over. You can just see off to the right there of the windscreen, that is where the runway is for Tanarina. You can just see the buildings there just poking out. We'll take a closer look at that as we get to it. Just keep an eye on the height. So the height you see in the top right hand corner there, that is the height above the ground level rather than sea level. So if we were to fly over this mountain range, for example, then obviously the ground will be closer to us, so the height that you can see there, the altitude, would suddenly come right up underneath us. So that's one thing to look out for, because that can get a little bit confusing. There is Tanarina Earth Strip down there with its pier. Looks as if we're on the right track now. So this paint job that I've got on the Sparrow is one that I put on this. This isn't the standard paint job that comes, I think it's yellow and white, the original Sparrow that comes in the game. But there is a paint shop, and again you can spend your in-game currency, and there's quite a lot of options actually for customizing your aircraft. So these colours are the ones that I chose. There are also several decal schemes you can choose as well. So you see the decal there on the tail and on the fuselage. I've chosen those as well. So I picked this livery, you've probably seen this in other videos, but I've picked this livery quite early on and I've stuck with it because I quite like it, actually. I do quite like the sky blue and red on this one, it looks good. So that was Tanarina that we just went past. We should see Talama pretty quickly because the throttle, I've still got the throttle way up, we're at 150 knots at the moment. Just cruising quite nicely. Now, you will need to keep an eye on your fuel, of course, but as you can see there at the top right, we've pretty much, well, we've got over 3/4 of a tank of fuel because I did fill it up just before this mission started, so we're in no danger of losing any fuel. But normally, if you're on a longer run, you wouldn't go flat out. I think I have got the fully upgraded fuel tank though for this one. So this is the biggest the tank will get. Big capacity. So yeah, you could set the cruise a little bit lower than that and save some fuel, but the fuel's pretty cheap, to be honest. We need to turn slightly to our left. We should see the island coming into view. One thing I would like to see improved, actually, talking about this, is the draw distance. Because suddenly the island will come into view. We should probably be able to see it from here, to be fair. If you were flying a real aircraft, that is. You would be able to see it, but with this game it kind of just looms up on you. But it is just a basic game. It's just a basic flight simulator, as you appreciate. And you know, it's never going to have the technical detail of Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's for sure. Plus, it doesn't cost anywhere near that price. But it's a nice little game to have, especially if you're on the PS5, because there are no flight simulators. And if you like trophies, there's quite a lot of them. There's no platinum, but there's quite a lot of trophies now. They are grindy because a lot of them are linked to being able to buy the aircraft, which you, as I mentioned, you need to grind to get the aircraft, but then you will also get trophies for each upgrade that you do to those aircraft. So this isn't a game you're going to complete really quickly. It's good fun. You'll get your money's worth out of it, that's for sure. And as I say, it's a game that I'll jump in and play sort of 15 minutes, 30 minutes on. It's not something I play solid for several hours, that's for sure. But here is the island coming up, and in fact you can just see off the nose there, you can just see the buildings of the airport. This airport is on this side of the island, right on the beach. So what we'll do is we'll approach from this side. As I recall this particular island, I think you would normally fly along the beach to the left of the beach in some kind of entry pattern, and then you would sort of do a circuit and land the opposite direction to the direction that we're currently going in right now. But it's fairly easy to land. You don't have any flaps. There's no other controls you need to use apart from your speed, which will just start to drop. There's the airstrip you can just see beyond the buildings. And what we'll do is we'll just drop it in over the buildings. You can see what I mean. If you're coming from the other side, you've got a much wider available approach to come in, but it is pretty easy to land it. First couple of times it's a little bit tricky. So let's come down. We'll get some of this height off, get some of the speed down. We just got minimum throttle right now. Throttle's all the way off. Let's just glide it in over the fence. Raise the nose slightly and touch down. There we go. Pretty straightforward. After landing, move the aircraft to the park position to unload. So we need to turn around and go back towards the station buildings. So I think the parking area is over there to the right, near the big radio mast that you can see. So we'll just taxi down the runway. Hopefully nobody's coming in behind us, and I don't think there is, because I haven't seen any AI. I've seen ships on the water, but I haven't seen any aircraft AI. I think there is generally just us in the sky. So we'll get to the parking position, we'll switch off, we'll get paid, and that's us done. And then hopefully the islanders have got all the medicine they need for now until the next delivery. So there's the parking place there over on the right hand side, you can see. Let's just taxi over. Just keep feathering the throttle just a little bit to get us there. You don't have to be super accurate with this parking, but from an immersion perspective it's nice to get as lined up as possible. There we go. So let's get the engine off, put the parking brake on and jump out, and there's mission successfully accomplished. So our money has gone up now. You can see we've got $1,562 up there in the top left. So hope you enjoyed this little flight. It was just under 15 minutes as I thought it might be. Please leave me a like if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one. Bye for now.